Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And in today's video, we are getting into fragrances that literally have me in a complete chokehold, okay? Obsessed, like cannot stop spraying, sniffing, experiencing these fragrances. Some of these are newer in my collection and these are ones I just highly recommend you get your nose on because me personally, I simply cannot get enough. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. All right, you guys, before we start, as always, be sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And if you find any value in the content along the way, it would mean so much if you would give the video a big thumbs up. So the first fragrance on this list is so whimsical. It is a little gourmand, and this is just absolutely stunning, okay? Alex L has created another fragrance alongside of Snif, and this collaboration, both of them are just absolutely beautiful. They are easy to wear, they're sweet, they're cozy, comforting, and I'm speechless. Like, this is a really soft, creamy, feminine take on a lavender scent. And I always say that lavender is just a little harder to pull off in feminine fragrances, but I find that the more we see these fragrances kind of come onto the market, the better, you know, they are starting to become, in my opinion. This is literally going to put you in the mindset of something like a lavender latte, or even maybe like a little ube ice cream. I know that when my daughter and I visited Japan years ago, we were able to get ube ice cream and it was the most delicious experience. So if you could imagine something like that, but not thick, okay? It's not thick and heavy wearing. There is like this fluffy, frothy texture to it, and you're just going to put in the slightest little touch of lavender, and that is what you have in this fragrance. So I think that if you're in the market for a gourmand sweet fragrance that wears with a fluffy quality to it, you know, one that you can wear all year, even in high heat, I think you should check this one out. I don't even think I mentioned the name. This is Gentle Reminder, okay? So Gentle Reminder opens with notes of date sugar, milk, and black tea. You have middle notes of lavender and purple yam, and you have base notes of Palo Santo. So again, we are getting that Palo Santo, which I feel like it really does, you know, tie both of her creations together. In the first one, Heal the Way, which is one of my favorite Snif fragrances of all time, also has a Palo Santo, but it is done in a really soft way. The lavender, very, very smooth and very dialed back. So you really don't have to worry about this wearing in a truly, you know, herbaceous way, which is why lavender can be really off-putting to a lot of feminine fragrance wearers. Trust and believe me when I say they got this just right. So I do think you have to enjoy electronic fragrances to vibe with this one. Again, lavender latte with date sugar, and in my opinion, it is giving this ube ice cream vibe. Then please be sure to check this one out because I think that this is going to be a tremendous success for the house of Snif. And as per usual, they are giving us something unique and niche that is not going to break the bank. So again, this one is Gentle Reminder, done in collaboration with Alex L from the house of Snif. And don't forget, you guys, when you shop Snif Direct, you can save 10%. So information on that will be in the description box. Next up is a combination, another gourmand combination. I don't know who started this rumor that gourmands are out, but baby, the way they're dropping the gourmands in 2025, I think we can just go ahead and put that little rumor to rest. So I start this combination with CANDYHEART, which is the latest release from Skin Potion, done in collaboration with Fab Finds by Keitra. And I have been layering it with this addictive little concoction here, also quite fruity. This is Sisters Before Misters, and let me tell you, both of these are amazing, fruity, creamy, sensual gourmand heaven in my opinion. So let's start off with CANDYHEART. CANDYHEART is literally going to remind you of the candy hearts, but don't think of the powdery, chalky aspect that you have with that candy. Just think of the scent of it, okay? And you're going to sprinkle in some really well done floral aspects, and it has a smooth, creamy sandalwood to tie it all together. And there is going to be a really beautiful musk to balance the sweetness out. So even though this is a candied scent per se, it is not going to wear juvenile. It is not going to wear overly sticky sweet. It's none of that. And you all know me, the sweet pears I had been struggling with. I don't get that from this. This is just balanced to perfection. And I think that if you want something feminine, sweet, candy-like, but with an air of sensuality, you cannot go wrong with Candy Heart. Right now, I have the triple body butter wearing on my skin today. And when I tell you this is going to be the perfect layering perfume for this scent right here, this is going to layer with a lot in your collection. But this right here just hits so different when you put them together. So Sisters Before Misters is going to give you aspects of Vanilla Planifolia by Chloe. The powdery way this wears with like this vanilla air about it, they remind me of each other in that way. And you're also going to get just a little hint of the Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar from KLE, which to me, which is why they layer so well, because you are going to get this ambery sandalwood, you know, down in the base, and the sweet component to it wears in a similar way on the final dry down, but it is that banana. The banana you get in the middle with the powderiness of this really does put me in the mindset of Banana, but more so in a gourmand way. So those three fragrances, I'm always going to tell you that the way this transforms and develops over the course of the wear, it just wears very differently from the top, the mid, and the base to me. On my skin, this is just my experience. It continuously changes and I love that, and it's so delicious, and I just cannot get enough of these together. So the notes in Candy Heart are Anjou pear, candied neroli, fresh honeysuckle, sensual jasmine. You also have some sandalwood, musk, and sparkling vanilla in the base. It is very sweet and intoxicating. The opening notes for Sisters Before Misters is lime, ginger, and blackcurrant. You have lily of the valley, orris, banana, and strawberry in the mid. And you have base notes of sugar, sandalwood, milk, and amber. I don't think this wears super like tonic to me anyway, but it does wear a little powdery. And I find that the orris and that lily of the valley combo, it really does help to keep this fragrance from getting too thick and sticky sweet. It does wear with like this airy quality to it, and I wholeheartedly enjoy this fragrance, okay? So if you have these both, you really do need to try them together. The notes in each really do complement each other so well. Again, this one is Candy Heart Triple Body Butter from Skin Potion, and this is Sisters Before Misters from Juicebox. Y'all, I did not do this on purpose, but this entire list is gourmand. Spoiler alert, all right? So this next one, y'all, this house was not on my radar, okay? I have never heard of them, but Scent Split said, hey, we have a house we want you to check out. Can we send you some samples? Sure. So many from the house that I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful, so well crafted. But this one right here, when I tell you, since this is coming to my collection, first of all, look at the dent, okay? First of all, look at the dent. Second of all, this is a beast mode and oud fragrance. So this just tells you how much I have been wearing this fragrance since I got it. This is from the house of Sazva, and this is Forbidden Words Bombay Gourmand. Where are my Dubai princesses? Okay, come to the front. I'm talking to you specifically. Have you been looking for an oud fragrance that is so sexy, so intriguing, so alluring, but it really does give you gourmand? I have not been this shooketh over an oud fragrance since Scherzo. And I just, oh my God. I don't even want to think it's too early to call it, but I think this is going to be one of my top 10s, kind of a for life. Like, this is one of the best oud fragrances I have ever smelled. Something about it is just truly intoxicating and addictive. This is gourmand caramel dreams, okay? So let me give you the full note breakdown. So this opens with rose, almond blossom, and sweet orange. You have middle notes of agarwood or oud, cypriol oil, caramel, and davana. And you have base notes of patchouli, vanilla, cedar, and labdanum. This really does wear a little bit more feminine, and though it is a rose oud, it's not really going to give you those oud bouquet vibes, but I just think that if you love a fragrance like that, that, you will probably vibe with this one. I think that if you love fragrances like Scherzo, because it does have the Divana, it does, you know, feature the rose oud combo. But for me, what sets this apart is the caramel. The caramel and the vanilla is really prominent in here. When you spray this on, okay, it's going to give you, okay, this is good. Baby, the more this dries down and develops on your skin, you are going to be so captivated. Me and my daughter, we go to the movies a lot. And so we went to go see Sinners for the second time to support this masterpiece film. We went to go see Sinners again last night. And I knew I was going to be in a jam-packed theater because you better believe it was sold out again. And I just sprayed some on my hand because I already had on a scent of the day, okay? Which we'll get into next. But I wanted to just kind of take this with me in the movie theater. And I sprayed it just here on my hand. Y'all, when I tell you, as I sat, I was trying not to look weird because I'm sitting by strangers on this side of me. So I was just kind of like, I could not get enough of it. I just wanted to inhale it and inhale it and inhale it and inhale it. Thank God I did not like spray this on my person because I probably would have been disturbing everyone in the theater. And you know, oud is just a scent where you just, it's new to people's noses, okay? For the most part. And you don't want to be off-putting, especially in somewhere close quarters like a movie theater. But I bet you $50 that the lady beside me could still smell it, and it was just on my hand. But when I tell you, I could not stop doing this every 5 seconds. So Forbidden Words Bombay Gourmand is a dream come true for anyone that loves gourmands and they love a feminine oud. And you know that's the way to my heart when it comes to oud. Give me a sweet oud, okay? It's very hard to disappoint. This oud wears in a woody way. It doesn't wear in that out of my leg, like skanky barnyard type of oud. It's not like that, but it's not going to be as transparent as it is in Scherzo. I would say the oud, the way it's done, is going to be the way it appears in Oud Bouquet, but just a little bit more dialed back. That's how I describe it because Oud Bouquet is stronger in my opinion, but this is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. So get your nose on this one. I just cannot get enough. Complete choke hold, and y'all are going to see this bottle so much. Fortunately for you, okay, we're getting out of the season of wanting to wear a bunch of ouds all the time, but trust and believe, when fall winter rolls back around, you're going to see this bottle every week. You're going to see this bottle so much. Again, this one is from the House of Sazva, and this is Forbidden Words Bombay Gourmand. Now, this next one is a dupe for something I had in my collection at one point. Decluttered it for personal reasons. I'm not going to get into it, but I loved the fragrance. I love the fragrance itself, and it really did pain me to part ways with it because I did pay for their fragrance. It was not gifted to me, and I truly loved it. But baby, I don't even have to fret because I have found a fabulous replacement. Gigglepuff is a dupe of Hufflepuff, and I just saw this. I blind bought it, and when I tell you, they nailed it. They nailed the scent, and I'm so happy to have it because I was missing having that one in my collection. The lemon citrus gourmands, very, very hard to please me, okay? Because this scent profile that they have created, like, it's really hard to compete with for me. The citrus does not get overpowering on my skin. Like, that is what I truly loved about the original one. It was balanced really well with these really creamy, delicious coconut aspects, sweet vanilla concoction with that, you know, that lemon or whatever citruses they featured, you know, in Hufflepuff. It is nailed so perfectly here. So if you have been looking for an alternative, I think Gigglepuff, who is the house, child? I don't even know. CHOKEHOLD Attar is the house. You need to get your nose on this one, okay? So this performs amazingly well. Amazing longevity. I wore this one yesterday as my scent of the day, but I only had it on like the bottom half of my outfit. And when I tell you, I was getting wafts of it, just hit me up the nose all throughout the course of my day. So amazing longevity, beautiful scent, nailed. So Gigglepuff opens with notes of Italian lemon, grapefruit, coconut cream accord. You have heart notes of peach pulp, bourbon vanilla, gardenia and jasmine, and you have base notes of musk, benzoin, vanilla bean, absolute, and caramel. You can pick this up right off of Amazon. So amazing fragrance for under 50 bucks. So get your nose on this one if you are intrigued because I really think you would love it. Again, this one is Gigglepuff from the house of CHOKEHOLD Attar. Last but not least on this list is the most beautiful almond fragrance that I have ever put my nose on. Really, the way that it smells really is going to make you smell like a Jordan almond. That is what comes to mind. This features an almond. It has almond blossom. It has vanilla. And I think maybe like a woody note or something mentioned, but there is a really Simple note breakdown for this, but it wears so beautifully. Oh my God. I am not a big almond girly. Like, I'm really not. I don't mind a little of it in my fragrance, but typically I need something lactonic or creamy to balance out almonds, especially when it is like the star. But this is just done to perfection. This to me wears just a little lighter, and so I feel like I'm always having to like kind of overspray it for me to smell it. But when I wear this, my daughter constantly compliments me on it. I wore it 3 days in a row last week. Every time I wore it, she would say, "Mommy, you smell good." And she is not one to just throw out a compliment when it comes to the scents. I will ask her sometime like, "Mommy, do you like my perfume?" Or, you know, kind of ask her take on it. But for her to just straight up pay me a compliment, like, you know, says a lot. And she smells it on me quite prominently. So Shimon Diamant is absolutely to die for. I think if you're in the market for something easy to wear, almond forward, a touch of vanilla, not syrupy sweet, I just think you would really enjoy this fragrance. It's only slightly floral. To me, this wears in a slightly powdery gourmand type of way. Not overly so, but I am really addicted to this fragrance. I don't know what it is. There is a softness about it. It's very addictive without being syrupy. And I just think this is going to be a really good seller for the house, really successful release. But you know, we'll see. Have you tried this fragrance? If you have, please drop me a line below and let me know, because like, honestly, for it to have a dent this big after only a couple weeks really does say a lot. So again, this one is from the house of Une Nuit Nomade. Finally, one that I am completely obsessed with from this house after many tries. We really have a winner with this one. Again, this one is Shimon Diamant. And that is it for me, you guys. So be sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Drop me a line below and let me know some fragrances that have you in a complete and utter chokehold. I am getting a lot of fragrances into my collection, but for some reason, I just cannot stop wearing these. They are really addictive. Some are quite intoxicating, and I just think they are all worth a smell. It has been real, YouTube. I love you all, and I will catch you guys on the next one.